Tahanjo. What do these guys know that I don't know? Tahanjo. Yeah, I forgot what I saw orange signs and my brain vacated as to what it was. Well, it was so important that I interrupt everything and interrupt your day and talk about it. But while I have you here, while I have you on the line, hello, sir. That's a spirit dog. Look at him. A sand and gravel truck pulled up in front of the neighbor's house today, and wow, it's an exciting story so far, huh? And it said sand, mulch, and loam on the side. My son, what's up, fellas? My son asked, what is loam? And ooh, that opened up not a can of worms, although a can of worms would love loam. Loam is really good dirt, right? Excuse me. But the can of worms it opened up is the pronunciation of the word loam. Because oh, that's where they were going. Okay. Oh, interesting. Because I have a couple of friends, and maybe this is a New England thing, right? How are ya? You know. Anyway, you've all heard the accent, but they pronounce it loom. And I'm looking at the word, and I've always said loam. But I got some friends here, a couple or more than a couple, that pronounce it loom. And I'm like, that's not, I don't think that's right. But they're adamant that it's pronounced loom. So, you know what? I went to my friends Miriam and Webster. And, yeah, more people spent their time with Merriam and Webster, fewer people would need to spend time with Smith and Wesson, I think, right? Maybe? I don't know. So I went to Merriam-Webster, the first line of defense, and indeed the pronunciation is loam, like I always suspected. And so yeah, it just got me to thinking, how do you say L-O-A-M? How do you say that word? Is it loam or is it loom? Maybe we say loom around here, but you know, my mom was from central New York. My dad was from just outside of Boston. So maybe there's just a, you know, a mixed accent. So some things I hear with a Boston accent, and some things I do not. And so I don't always have a Boston accent, if ever. My youngest son does. It's hilarious. He has the biggest Boston accent of the bunch. Where he got it from, I don't know, but well, I mean, he got it from living here. What am I talking about? They don't pay me for my brains. Give me a break. Have a look at a pink car. I think it's John Mellencamp's. They got little ones of those for you and me. Anyhow, yeah. So you got any regional words that get mispronounced? You know, they look like one thing and but you say them another way. You know, of course, I'm in the Boston area. Grew up on the South Shore of Massachusetts. A lot of you know, indigenous names of places around here, and so you look at a word, or also words from other, what the heck? Also words from other cultures. A lot of that too. And so we have towns that look like, you know, Gloucester or whatever, and it's Gloucester. You got Scituate, which is actually Situate, and you got Worcester, which is Worcester. You know, so you got to know. You got Woburn, which is actually Woburn. So is it a case of like loam is actually loom when you're here? It makes sense. Now, what do you got in your area, wherever you're from? Got any of those weird words where you can spot a tourist right away, or spot someone who ain't from around these parts? I don't know why I used a dumb accent for that, but not that accent was indicative of dumb people. I'm referring to myself, looking in the mirror. Yeah, that's all I'm trying to say. I was born in the city of Quincy, Massachusetts. If you are visiting Quincy, Massachusetts, you're indeed visiting. You're not from here. I don't care how the guy who's named after pronounced his own last name. Times have changed, sir. It's Quincy. And what is that? Is that all I wanted to talk about? I guess maybe. Let me give you a freebie here while we're talking about words. And here's a book I picked up recently. And it's, how did it come across my algorithm? Well, probably because I write poetry. But it's an elderly guy, Christopher Byrne. And he's from, I guess he grew up rich, because he was from, like, I forget what he said, like Burma or Bengal, like English Bengal or whatever. He's from England. And then he moved to England on the border of Scotland, and he's got a really, you know, that poetry changes lives. He's got that very rich, that really rich guy, but old man accent. And he's a poet, and he's also a man who has been in recovery for quite a long while. So he's been walking the sober life. You know, alcohol tried to kill him. And he's, you know, kind of did what he needed to do, and met some folks who showed him a better way. But anyway, he expresses some of that in his poetry. But he's got a book called Poetry Changes Lives, or I don't know, I forget. You have to hear him talk. But he's got a book called Poetry Changes Lives, and it's 365 poems, and so each day comes with a historical event, and oh, sounds thrilling, right? Well, some of them are pretty gnarly. Historical event followed by a short poem, which is then followed by a very brief comment on how he's, you know, trying to live his life, you know, responsibly, or as one who once was lost in the throes of addiction, who is now free. As someone, you know, these are ways we will try to live life from now on. So that's very, very clunky and unpoetic way of saying the book Poetry Changes Lives has been a very interesting book. Christopher Byrne. And so if you're into poetry, if you're into like a history fact of the day, and if you're looking to walk a sober lifestyle, or if you are sober and just looking for some words of affirmation, I suppose, then this book meets all those criteria. And he's got a little YouTube channel as well. He got more subscribers and whatnot than I do, but yeah, he'll do a little of his stuff on his YouTube channel as well. So I've enjoyed getting into that. I would like to turn around there, but I don't know who's living there. Yeah, so if you're into all that stuff, Christopher Byrne, no Burns. He's not Mr. Burns. He's about as old, but Poetry Changes Lives. And then there you go. Stick that in your loam. And I will talk to you guys soon. Matt the Greeter. Just wasting your time listening to me. I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.